Coming up on this edition of Southwest TV News. Veterans Week kicked off in Swift Current with a ceremonial flag raising at Market Square. Cast members threw a pre-Halloween party at the Lyric Theatre, complete with improv and musical performances, all in an effort to raise money for their friend Julian Levesque. Following a strong 2015 season in the Moose Jaw High School Soccer League with consecutive wins through the playoffs, the Swift Current Ardens were ready to hit the field at home for Provincials. Thanks for joining us here today. The Swift Current Legion kicked off Veterans Week with a special flag-raising ceremony. We have more in today's top story. Veterans Week kicked off in Swift Current with a ceremonial flag-raising at Market Square, with the assistance of the city's mayor and members of the local Legion. A solemn ceremony leading up to Remembrance Day, which is an important reminder of the freedom we all enjoy in Canada.
When you watch the news and see all the unrest around the world and take a minute to think about how thankful we are in Canada, it's largely because of the efforts of our veterans, and certainly for me in my time as mayor, being able to participate in the Remembrance Day ceremonies every year has been something that I feel incredibly grateful for and fortunate to be a part of, and the efforts. And it's just unfortunate that every year we seem to lose a couple of vets, but certainly my appreciation for the day has grown.
In addition to the Remembrance flag flying in the downtown core, Legion President Val Burns and Poppy Campaign Chair Jeff Giesbrick attached homemade poppies to the Memorial Drive signs along Highway 4 passing through Swift Current. Delicately crocheted poppies made by Val Salter and Company of St. Stephen's Anglican Church. A community effort to remember our fallen heroes and further signify the importance of the poppy.
Remembrance Day is very important. It's very important to me because my in-laws both served, and so keeping the remembrance alive has been very, very important, and it's very important to the Legion. Wearing the poppy is very important because of the fact that the funds raised during the poppy campaign go to support the veterans and the veterans' families.
You are encouraged to participate in the Remembrance Day program in Swift Current, where veterans will be honored during the March to the Cenotaph, followed by the traditional service at the Cobb High School at 10:45. Local improv actors took to the stage for a special fundraiser at the Lyric Theatre. We have more in this report. Following the golden rule of do unto others as you would have them do unto you is something we should all strive for in our busy daily routines. This simple act of kindness shone through at a recent fundraising evening hosted by the Swift Current Improv Theatre Group. Cast members threw a pre-Halloween party at the Lyric Theatre, complete with improv and musical performances, all in an effort to raise money for their friend Julian Levesque. Julian has lived with spinal muscular dystrophy since he was a young child. The New Brunswick-born graphic artist now calls Swift Current home and wants to maintain his independence through the purchase of a wheelchair-accessible van. And having his Swift Current friends offer to help out is a humbling feeling for Julian.
I mean, when Stefan talked to me, I was like, that's amazing. I mean, it's kind of hard to ask for help, but when someone actually propose or give it to you, you have to take it. I mean, getting a wheelchair accessible minivan, it's something that a lot of people don't really realize, but it's really, really expensive. It could cost around 60 to 70 grand to basically get a van, get it accessible for me to get around. And that's not even driving it. I have to get someone to drive it. But I mean, there is some funding you can get with government and some association, but you do have the need to pay for some of it.
A rally of support for a friend in need was a simple task for these improv actors as they took to the stage for a good cause.
I think it's probably the farming background. I mean, you're coming from co-op stock, right? You're people banding together who want to help each other out in their time of need because they know down the line it might be their turn, and they're hoping people will help them at the same time.
And as Julian appreciates the generosity of his newfound friends in Swift Current, he also welcomes each new day and the challenges it may bring.
I don't really know how life is until there's something happening to you. To me, I mean, I'm used to it now, so it's easier for me. It's normal, basically. But every day that I get up and I have a good day, I appreciate it even more.
The Swift Current Improv Theater event raised over $1,000 at the Lyric Theater. And you can still support Julian Levesque through his GoFundMe campaign. The Swift Current Ardens are bronze medal champions following a win at Soccer Provincials. Following a strong 2015 season in the Moose Jaw High School Soccer League with consecutive wins through the playoffs, the Swift Current Ardens were ready to hit the field at home for Provincials. 8 teams from across the province met in Swift Current for the 3A Provincial Championship. The Ardens kicked off day 1 with a 3-2 win over Saskatoon St. Joseph, then fell 3-1 to PA Carleton, placing the team in the bronze final on Saturday. A loss in day 1 of the competition, which was the team's first fall through the entire 2015 season, and one which goaltender Hannah Dick attributes to playing an entire new scope of teams at Provincials.
Lots of bigger girls. They pass a lot, they shoot harder, they set up plays really well, and we're not really used to that, I feel, because lots of other teams we played don't really do that.
And as the Ardens headed into Saturday's bronze final, both players and coaches were ready for a comeback through a combined team effort.
Anytime you get to provincials, it's not automatic to get into provincials. A lot of teams don't get to have this experience, so hopefully the girls enjoy it and they kind of see the quality of soccer that's here and learn a few things that maybe we need to do to get to the next level. And it's a great experience for our grade 9s to see just how good the soccer is at the highest level in Saskatchewan in the high school. And hopefully we grow from this and come back even stronger next year.
The Ardens were back in top form in the bronze final, dominating the field and clinching the bronze medal with a 5-3 victory over PA St. Mary's. The provincial matchup marked the culmination of another successful season for the Swift Current Ardens, who will regroup again next year with a few veterans and new players making up the lineup. Well, this brings to a close another episode of Southwest TV News, reporting the stories that matter to you. We always welcome your news tips. You can always reach us here by phone at our studio or by email to contact us at southwesttvnews.com. Also, be sure to join us daily online for the latest news from across Southwest Saskatchewan and so much more at MyLocalTV.ca. And be sure to follow us on our range of social media. Thanks for joining us here today. I'm Carol Andrews.